Cameron, here it is, the World Championships. How are we doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks. It's exciting to be in Dubai. I'm really enjoying it out here. Nice hotel, unbelievable facilities. I mean, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. I've seen photos online of this place from other sort of top athletes being here and big football teams and stuff. So yeah, it's crazy when you actually get to experience it in sort of in person.
What does Holding Camp Week specifically involve?
I think for me, like, most of the hard work's been done. Like, you can't sort of do anything crazy once you get out here in terms of building fitness or anything. I think it's just about sharpening up and getting yourself feeling really good, and just trying to make the most of the warm weather and sort of use it to your advantage. Because I think for sort of one-off fast reps and sort of some speed work, it's really good. But if you're trying to sort of chase fitness, then in that kind of weather, good luck.
Yeah, and it kind of coming together is what Holding Camp's all about. Is that particularly important for a relay squad as well? You need to get that blend, you need to get that understanding together close to the championship. It's particularly important for you guys.
Yeah, I think so, and we've had a couple of relay sessions. I think we've got one again in the next few days. So as much as obviously like doing your own preparations and knowing what I need individually or what the other guys sort of personally want to do, then yeah, sort of just to like mix in, especially with the new mixed relay as well, to sort of do some changeovers with the girls, because it is different, so you just have to kind of like adapt to it. You don't want to mess it up when it comes to the big moment.
Yeah, I think you're just coming in, you're buzzing, aren't you? That's sort of the mentality. You're coming in, you're soaking it all up, you're enjoying everything that comes with Holding Camp. Is that obviously reflecting the positive space you're in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I've been aiming for this all year, and I think when you've had something in your head and you've sort of been shooting for that, then to finally get here and sort of have achieved that in itself is really good. And it's crazy, it is crazy to be able to sort of say, this is what I'm doing with my life at the moment in these few years. So I really need to just try and make the most of it and enjoy it while it lasts, because it's a short-lived kind of career, really, in the great sort of grand scheme of things. So yeah, it's just trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, making the most of it. You obviously were denied the opportunity to compete in London 2017 due to injury. Do you think that means you embrace the experience a little bit more, having had it taken away from you?
I think so. I think in 2017 I had a really big jump that year, and it really wasn't on my plans. And as I said before, it wasn't something that I had in my head all season. I didn't honestly think I was going to run as fast as I did that year and get selected. And I had the European under-23s before that, and that was really sort of what I'd aimed towards. So in some ways that year it was a little bit too much too soon almost. Whereas now I've sort of had a couple of years to sort of get used to kind of this world and sort of running sort of more at that level consistently. So now I can really target that and focus myself and my training around it. So I think this is really the right time to sort of be out here for World Championships, and hopefully that this is a positive experience as opposed to sort of 2 years ago.
So you coming to terms with that, the fact that obviously getting into a team for a home world is a bit of once in a lifetime, but you kind of come to terms with that as something that happens in this sport, and also something that hasn't prevented you from doing what you've done in the last year. Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, I was 19 or 20, something like that. And I'd still raced a lot that year. I'd run a huge PB. First time I'd run in the 45s. So I've sort of had a couple of years now. I've competed at the Commonwealth Games, the European Championships, and I feel like it's almost gone back into a more sort of chronological stepping stone order, sort of through the championships in terms of how big they are. So World Championships this year is really my first one, hopefully, and then all eyes on the Olympics next year. So hopefully it will all work out the way I want it to, and I just need to savour the moment and try and take what I can from it to move to even bigger bigger things in the next year.
Yeah, tell me about that 4x4. This 4x4 squad. You've got your Rooney, Lee Thompson. You've got Uncle Rooney. It's a nice blend, isn't it? So you must be enjoying that kind of blend of youth, experience, different personalities. Is that something that's coming through in the last few days?
I think it's really important because in the next few years, I think the team will start to change quite dramatically. Some guys who have been around here for a decade. They've won medals in every level of competition. So to kind of learn off them and be around them and speak to them, and I think we're in a bit of a sort of potentially coming towards a transition, I think, in the relay for our 4x4. So to be able to have the opportunity to still work with those guys now, is just so so crucial, I think, for moving forward and to get younger guys in like myself and Lee and Toby Harries, because you do want to carry that, you know, team forward in the future and not have, you know, sort of like a down few years. You know, you kind of want to. We've medalled both times in the last 2 World Championships, so you want to kind of keep the momentum going, even if there are changes. So I think it's good that there's beginning to be that overlap of sort of older guys and younger guys. So yeah, learning and, you know, trying to make the most of the experience, but still using the, you know, the serious talent and guys we've got that have, you know, been doing it for a long time.
I think speaking to Martin and Yusuf earlier, just telling about they actively go and sort of at breakfast they try and sit with some of the younger guys and share a bit. So obviously they're conscious of the fact that passing it on, of sort of preparing for the time where they move on, as you mentioned. So it kind of feels that everyone's sort of preparing the ground for that in a few years you'll actually be, you know, one of the senior figures in this out.
Yeah, I mean that would be, you know, that would be the dream really. And yeah, they're good guys, you know, as much as it's sort of, I guess, kind of potentially an awkward one, because all year you're racing each other and you're competing against each other to try and get in this team. You know, like I feel like you know, I've got some good friends in those guys now. You know, Rooney's, I've shared a room with him. He's always happy to offer advice. It's chill in these holding camps. You know, you spend a lot of time together, so you do go and have fun and, you know, chat about obviously other things than just athletics. You know, Rabbi Yusuf, he rings me up after most races and just, you know, like just chat rubbish to each other. So yeah, you know, the more comps you do, I guess you do make friendships and you know, through this thing. So again, that's another benefit of you know what I'm doing here, and it's invaluable to be able to speak to those guys who have run times I really aspire to run. You know, I'd love to run a 44-second 400 meters. That's my goal. You know, so I'm lucky to be able to speak to those guys, and even guys from decades ago. You know, Ewan Thomas is happy for me to ring him up and just offer advice. So yeah, it's you know, it's great that everyone kind of does, you know, want to help you. I get that impression. I think you know, if I'm ever in the situation in 10, 20 years time, then I'd obviously, you know, I think you definitely want to be able to help that, because it is one team and it's, you know, sort of ever going, isn't it? So yeah, I'm right in the middle of it at the moment and just need to just do my best.
Finally, just pulling on that GB vest with the world watching, what would that mean to you personally?
I don't know until I'm standing there and you get that sort of unique feeling in that unique moment. You know, it's always been good in the past. You know, it's, as I say, you can in some ways just, you know, it's just another race, and you know, this is what I do kind of thing. I'm a 400 meter runner, so but you do have to sort of take yourself out of it sometimes and look at it from perspective and realize, wow, it's, you know, it's crazy that I'm actually getting to do this, and you know, I've obviously worked really hard to sort of earn this. But it's still, yeah, it's obviously a huge honour, and you know, I really appreciate being able to represent, you know, my country. So yeah, it's crazy.